and sensitized that there is more that can be done. So for all the paralegal officers, it is now an admonition to all of us. And I believe that if those people are not working, once all the available training and resources have been made, then they have to go and other people have to come in. And so for me, I think now, previously, people could ride on ignorance and that we don't know what we expected to do, or we don't have the training capacity or resources to do what we expected to do. By this Leading Initiatives project, there is no more now excuse for some of these officers. And I believe that the axe will fall where it has to be. And thankfully, we all agree that those persons who are inefficient have to go to give way for a system that we all aspire for. Thank you.
Staying on the standpoint of the officials, there's also the issue of jurors, some of whom will be, at post, so to speak, for long periods of time. She says she's going to change that. What essentially will that change in the dispensation of justice?
Thank you. So related to that, I believe my boss, the Honorable Attorney General, also offered some steps that the Office of the Attorney General had taken. And it is that we have pending a criminal procedure amendment bill in Parliament, which also tackles the same issue of jurors. Now, we have, as you indicated, I learned even yesterday that some have been jurors, are professional jurors for about 13 years and so, which shouldn't be the case. And normally, so the bill in Parliament seeks to, as it were, reduce the time spent through trial by jurors, and then also ensure that where there is a death or the absence of a juror, it does not necessarily mean that the case has to start all over again. So the bill currently in Parliament takes a holistic view of particularly criminal trial by jurors. And I believe that we have to be true to ourselves. This juror system, perhaps we need to take a second look at it, whether the whole system or partially. And I believe that some of these excuses, I'm not saying some of these delays come from the trial by jury system. And so with the need to look at it holistically and solicit ideas on how we can make it effective, I believe that it will be a good chance for expediting trial within the criminal justice system. Again, like I mentioned, now all of us have been sensitized that, look, there is not going to be business as usual. If you are a juror and you realize that you are being the inhibition or the impediment to the smooth running of the justice system, now we are all watching, and hopefully there will be action that will be taken to eradicate all these impediments in the the general justice system of Ghana. Thank you.
Right. She mentioned she talked about transparency. Now, in the quest to achieving transparency, where do we draw the line between being transparent and overexposing the judiciary when it comes to her activities, her plan for ensuring that the judiciary is transparent with the public, citizens?
I do not see how there will be exposure of the judiciary in the exercise of the judicial function. Because clearly, except in limited cases, all judicial proceedings are supposed to be in public, except for a few, let's say, issues, divorce and matrimonial issues involving children. The standard rule is that judicial proceedings must be done in public. And so I do not see how that exposes, of course, if you're looking at other issues related to the justices in their personal functions, I can understand. But when it comes to judicial proceedings, I think the law rather calls for an openness, a transparency in all the proceedings, of course. So I don't see that how that threatens the justices in the exercise of their judicial function.
All in